Welcome back to A New Beginning, Part 6. Bent Svensson has found himself in a bit of a jam. The eco-terrorists kidnapped us, them being Faye and who I imagine is the pilot, the same guy that punched us square in the face and knocked us out. But I don't think Faye wanted it to go down this way. She was going for the more peaceful approach, trying to talk us to death. So I guess this is their plan B option. Forceful abduction. They've got us locked in their bathroom and handcuffed to the shower pipe in their helicopter, flying us to God knows where. So let's figure this one out, shall we? It's a bit odd, isn't it, to have a toilet, shower, and a sink inside a helicopter?
If I had a plasma drill, none of this would be a problem.
Oh,
Instead,
yeah.
I have a headache, and I'm bound to a shower handle. Welcome back to the real world, Bent. We have missed you.
Yeah, the good old plasma drill.
With my bare hands?
I miss that thing.
With my knees?
Yeah, I guess we're not getting out of here with brute force.
Running warm water. At least their pipes are civilized.
Let's get you wet.
Sure.
Ben kind of broke the fourth wall there.
They didn't even have the decency to draw it closed.
Ugh, barbarians.
Oh, this little bit of privacy should be sufficient.
But I mean, why would they? It's not as if you're naked. What? Now we're cooking with gas.
Well, what now?
I'm thinking we use this as a lever.
My last straw. It can only get better from here.
Throw away?
Great plan, really.
It's puzzling why they choose to include those options, like to throw it away. I mean, why include it if it leads to nothing? Nice. Worked just as I had intended.
Ah, my back. Old man or no, there's still life in these old bones of mine. You'll see.
Hoo-hoo, watch out. Bent is coming.
It's closed. They locked it. It was to be expected that the bonds wouldn't hold long. Not with my bare hands. I can't hear anything. The rotor is too loud.
Alright, we are desperately short of inventory tools. Time to start picking up some stuff.
The thug's hygiene set. This young activist and her friend are the problem, not my fingernails.
Well, how do you expect to save the world, Bent?
Now I only need a plan.
With those meat hooks you call fingernails.
A jimmy and a screwdriver would be better, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll find a use for those clippers.
A metal comb. I don't have to pretty up for anyone anymore. Those days are gone.
Huh.
A metal comb.
Looks like we can try and break it.
It's a little brittle in the middle, but otherwise in good condition.
I'm loving this expansion of inventory slots. 2 for the price of 1.
There's no point. Even if I used glue, it wouldn't hold.
Okay, so it has to stay broken.
The first half of the metal comb.
Let's investigate the odd elephant toilet.
But Lissa was against it.
What was that funny word that he didn't say?
But the sooner I can get out of here, the better.
There's a very peculiar object on that toilet.
Luckily, I have a strong bladder. The flushing could betray me.
Oh, but I wanted to see how the contraption worked.
A brittle wash basin covered in limescale. So much normalcy is balm for my soul.
What's behind door number 3? Aftershave? Oh, the possibilities.
Spitsbergen Air. That was Barney's favorite brand. Until Lissa took a bottle of it to the lab. Great scent, but nasty stuff. I'll keep the beard, thank you.
That's not what I'd call a beard, but anyway.
Ah, yes. Look at this. Attention. Easily inflammable. In case of fire, do not inhale black smoke under any circumstances. Danger of death.
We're taking this chopper down. This is gonna unveil the pyromaniac within us.
Spitsbergen Air. That was Barney's favorite brand. Great scent. Pungent and salty, and named after the biggest lab in the world. Magnificent. I can see a fjord down there. Thank God we are still in Norway. Poisoning the air doesn't matter as long as it doesn't smell bad.
Now that's precisely the attitude that landed us in this mess.
A Phillips screw. It was used to screw something to the exterior of the helicopter.
Well, that probably holds something useful in place.
I need more than my calloused fingers.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to unscrew that somehow. Maybe with these nail clippers?
There must be an easier way.
Nope. Half a cone, maybe?
That won't work. It's not the right size for the screw head.
We'll try with the other half, just in case.
That won't work.
Nah, same again.
The only way to get the two together again is this.
Well, look at that. We just built our own Phillips screwdriver.
The thing is stronger than it looks.
2 pieces of a cone.
No, there must be a more sensible solution.
This should fit in the screw now.
What a stupid plan. But it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of DIY goes a long way.
The screws held it. This can only be a part of the dish antenna. There's nothing else out there.
Okay, the cable's attached to the dish antenna. There she is.
I must be careful not to become as destructive as these activists.
Does that go in our inventory? No way! Awesome! Hey Gordon, I think you dropped something back at Black Mesa.
I must be careful not to become as destructive as these activists.
That's sick. We've reunited a scientist with his crowbar.
Let's hope the floor won't catch fire.
Maybe not a theoretical physicist this time, but a microbiologist, but still, that's pretty awesome.
Running water and unprotected electricity cables are not a good combination.
Bah, Gordon Freeman wouldn't fuss about that sort of thing.
There must be an easier way.
Just let his HEV suit take care of it.
I'm certainly not going to use an electricity cable to scramble across a flying helicopter. I might as well throw myself off the roof.
That does seem a bit unsafe.
This can only be a part of the dish antenna.
Okay, I reckon we crowbar our way out of this door. There it is.
There, I can get out.
Nothing a crowbar can't handle.
It bars the way into the cockpit. What a stupid construction.
Oh, undoubtedly. I mean, why do you need a bathroom right there as well? Where the door opens onto the cockpit. Quite hazardous, if you ask me. Definitely goes against health and safety regulations, no doubt. A dude called Augie. That's intimidating.
That's the thug with the log. I'd never thought Faye to be one to have friends like that.
Is this the same guy who knocked us out? That's embarrassing.
He might be a brutal thug, but there are positive aspects too. He keeps us from crashing, for one. Hello there. I'm free. Like I thought. He can't hear me. In the past, I flew home in such a thing every week. Then it was only once a month. And then, not at all.
Well, no wonder you became estranged from your family.
I'd better not. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Some important looking fuses.
Whatever this is, it is connected to the cockpit.
So we can screw around with Augie's flying?
I'd better leave them where they are. Who knows what else they control?
In that case, let's give him a shake.
What do you want, huh?
Well, that set him off.
I'm fed up with you acting up all the time. Yeah, you heard right. And now shut up, you stupid cow.
Sheesh. I'm mouthing this guy. There's no way to talk to Lady Chopper.
Ah, no! How's it supposed to work between us if you keep acting up? You're a permanent disappointment. That's no basis for a relationship.
Once more, for shits and gigs?
Not again. You know what you are? An old griping mare. That's what you are. It's a miracle you even make it up in the air at all.
Well, that wound him up. You can't pay for that kind of entertainment. Oh look, there's Faye in the other room.
Augie's Creative Works, Parts 1 and 2.
I'm sure that's a riveting read.
I leave that to people who appreciate literature like this, like Dr. Angus, for example.
Oh yeah. Our caring therapist.
Swedish mystery stories.
He keeps telling you you're not responsible for the whole world.
I know most of them.
And then turns out you actually are.
Reference books on journalism, politics, UFO research, and Jules Verne. And next to it, how to write a novel. And dictionaries. Norwegian Japanese, Norwegian Chinese, and Norwegian Korean. The projects some people plan for their life. Maybe if I'd begun with that when I was 14, and there was still room in my mind. An album with the title My Very First Photos, an encyclopedia about comics, and a career planner with the title Roving Reporter in 3 Days. There's a cable sticking out from behind the books.
Now that sounds far more important. You should have started with that.
That's not my area of expertise. This cable here. I'd better remove the books first. A cable for God knows what. Oh, the pages weren't loose. They just seemed to be.
You got some paper?
That's not my area of expertise.
What else we got? Ooh, a dictaphone. That's old school.
A dictaphone under the pillow? That looks suspiciously like a dream diary, and I always thought Dr. Angus made that up to annoy me.
No, that just comes naturally to Dr. Angus.
Just a second. What's this? Some strange plastic net got caught in the earphones. I'd better take it.
Looks like another membrane thingy.
This Faye is a stunner. If only half of what she says is true, then wow, I've got it made. Of course I would need a better agent, or no, I'm gonna do it on my own. Bonsai climate change! God, she's cute.
Sounds like Faye has an admirer.
Oh, Augie's got the hots for Faye. That's unsettling.
This Faye is, if only half of what, of course I would need a bonsai! God, she's...
Sounds like Faye. Who am I going to record? Myself? This thing is made from some synthetic material. Feels icky. A net made of plastic. This must be the inspiration for Faye's so-called condenser membrane. Oh. I can see a radio terminal in the next room. If this Faye person wasn't around, I could try to make a call for help.
He's still calling her this Faye person? They've only been speaking together for like better part of an hour or something. Or the previous 5 episodes, depending on how you look at it.
It connects the intercom to the cockpit. It runs through the wall and behind the bookshelf in the adjoining room.
Okay, so that's that cable hiding behind those books.
The intercom is connected to the cockpit, but it doesn't make a difference because it's off. I might as well herald my coming with big fanfares. She would spot me immediately. From all I know about her, that thing could explode in her hands. I better get out of the way. Last time I wanted to give her a piece of my mind, I was knocked down. I'm getting a little too old for repeating my mistakes. If I don't hit hard enough, she'll call for help. If I hit too hard, no matter what she did, I'm not going to hurt anyone.
That's the spirit, Bent. Take the non-violent approach.
Doesn't look like the apartment share is going well.
Yeah, this Augie guy's a bit of a slob.
Finally, a friendly face.
Augie's cuddle buddy?
I can't get there as long as this kidnapper is sitting there. I can't get there as long as this kidnapper is sitting there. I can't get there as long...
Oh god, why give me all these options if they're useless?
I have to get there, but she must go away first. That's the plan, but I can't call for help until I'm alone.
Okay, so we have to somehow distract Faye. Got it.
When I was younger, I drank gallons of that stuff, but it was the first thing Dr. Angus forbade me after my breakdown, and it will be the first thing I'm picking up again after my escape. A tea and spices cabinet in a helicopter. I never thought I'd see the day.
I was confused with the shower. A tea and spice rack doesn't seem that out of place.
For someone who supposedly spent her life living in a bunker, she isn't interested much in the sky. Looks like the climate must go crazy before she moves.
She's probably got a lot on her mind. Tinkering away. Okay, I'm thinking we can maybe start a fire with the flammable aftershave and paper we recovered, and hopefully that will create enough of a distraction to get us moving, make progress. Back into the helicopter's water closet we go. Okay, let's douse these pages in flammable fuel.
More aftershave and the pages will dissolve completely.
And now we just need a spark to ignite these flames.
The paper would catch fire immediately, in my hands.
Oh yeah. Whoops. Maybe we can start this fire in the vents. That's reasonably safe.
That should hold.
There we go. Now let's just stick the cable in there. And bada bing.
No, dear. I hope this works out.
Flame on. Oh, okay. So that's how it works.
Luckily, the smoke is blown out immediately.
Well, she's positively distracted. Guess now we can try and turn on the intercom. Full on stealth mode. She didn't see a thing.
Well, the connection is established.
And that does it. About all we can do here, I think. Now I think I'd like to try and record Augie's bitching and moaning with the dictaphone when I shake his fuses. He's the only other person here who I can get to say something on command. So let's start recording.
It's on.
Now let's give these a good shaking. Not stirred.
You're lazing in the sun all day, and when you are needed, you just babble and stutter. Yeah, don't look like that. The innocent act doesn't cut it anymore. Cat got your tongue now? You old bag of bones are nobody anyway.
Lovely. A memorial for future generations.
You're lazing in the sun all day, and when you are needed, you just babble and stutter. Yeah, don't look like that. Cat got your tongue now? You old bag of bones are nobody anyway.
Ha! We got him. In all his eloquence. Now I think if we can play this to Faye, she might think that he was talking to her and get really angry. Let's see if that can work out.
You're lazing in the sun all day, and when you are needed, you just babble and stutter. Yeah, don't look like that. The innocent act doesn't cut it anymore. Cat got your tongue now? You old bag of bones are nobody anyway.
Nothing?
I better get out of the way.
Well, actually, I think we need to play it through the intercom. That's how we're gonna get her to freak out. I'm gonna try and cut this cable. Sweet!
I haven't had this much excitement in years.
Yeah, it is exciting.
No one is going to send a message on this line anytime soon. At least not from this cockpit.
Now we can connect the dictaphone to the split end of the
This
cable.
thing doesn't have a connection for open-ended cables. It only has one for ordinary headphones. Now I'm really getting desperate.
Man, I don't know.
There must be an easier way.
Maybe we can try snipping the headphones off?
No one will miss these new-fashioned earphones.
Yes! Love that. That oh so satisfying snipping sound. Now let's try connecting these again.
That could actually work.
Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's start the music.
You're lazing in the sun all day, and when you
Augie's done it now.
You old bag of bones
Oh,
are
she's
nobody
furious. I'd be scared if I was him.
How dare you? You don't even know me.
We're
I'm doing
just
so
hiding
much,
out.
and I take care of everything, and you just look on.
Waiting for the storm to pass.
What's up? What are you doing here? I didn't say anything.
You are a brat. Apologize.
I'm sorry
For what?
for the things I said.
And what did you say?
Nothing.
Uh-oh. Now I did it.
Well, she sure told him. Put him right in his place.
A discarded scientist against Bonnie and Clyde. Gee, that should be fun.
I don't understand much about you and your time, but I don't deserve that. So stop changing the subject and tell me why.
Faye! Faye! Faye, 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 the door!
That was a lot of phase.
What?
Ha! Got you!
Bent?
Looks like the tables have turned.
Bent? Let me out!
I've got you blocked.
I don't doubt you pursue a noble cause, but the end doesn't always justify the means.
I'm sorry, Bent. I was against violence. That was Augie's idea. I couldn't. I can't. We need you. So much depends on you.
Bent is dictating the terms now.
I've had enough of your lies.
Bent, billions of people will die, and only you can save them.
Nonsense. One man responsible for the future of mankind? I don't think so.
It's true. Each one man. And you in particular. Please, let me tell you the rest of the story. It doesn't take place in the future, but here in Norway. Maybe that will be easier for you to believe.
He's a hard man to convince.
I would love to believe that my algae will one day power the whole world. But one thing's for certain, I'll not leave it in your hands. You gambled away my trust.
But what will happen with it? I'm the only one left that still believes in your research. You don't even believe in it anymore.
Enough. No more fooling around.
Faye, look, I'm gonna help you. Just you wait and see. 1, 2, 3, and...
Talked about this like adults, but you don't leave me a choice. I will never, ever...
Ha! Told you so. The old goat is almost done in for.
He's right. The old goat is almost done in for. Time for plan B.
He's still quite a spry fellow. We've got to lock this door in place so we can go to the communications room. We can try use the crowbar.
Great idea.
Yeah. That's got him.
Well, and now leave me alone, please.
How can you be so stubborn?
Excuse me?
How can you spurn your responsibilities like that?
Huh. Now you listen to me. My whole life, I fought to prevent the kind of world you described. I was so possessed with the future, I even sacrificed my family for it. And then, out of the blue, a woman knocks on my door and dares to tell me I spurn my responsibilities?
I didn't know that.
I just want to be left in peace, for Christ's sake. And since I can't get that here, I'm going to call the authorities now.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
We have learned a little bit about Bent's past, how he became more and more focused with his work and neglected his family,
I don't have anything to say to her.
whom he slowly became isolated from, and his wife Meta and his son Duve, whom he doesn't really share a life with anymore. At least we're free to interact with Mr. Rabbit now.
He can plan his own breakout. I've got my hands full with my own.
There's something rather unsettling about this Blue Rabbit.
Did they kidnap you for your research too? These maniacs.
He's just really out of place.
Finally, a friendly face.
Looks more like he's zonged out,
That has to wait until I've made it out of here.
with his tongue drooping off to the side, and bulging eyeballs.
More of these papers. The helicopter is full of them.
What do they say?
It says, question to IOEC. Is Emilio Endez a crook?
Yes.
Question to protesters. Doesn't he help the third world? Below that, Chapter 1, Showdown in Oslo. Faye versus Endez Industries. Clash. I don't have to understand this, do I?
Well, that sounds kind of important. So, has Faye already clashed with Emilio Endez at the conference? Sounds like something that's already happened. Well, here we go. We're gonna call for help.
Hello? Mayday. Mayday. I am being kidnapped. Can someone hear me?
Hello? I can hear you. Who's there?
Hey, that sounds like Delvin.
My name is Ben Svensson. I am being held by a group of maniacs.
Svensson?
Yes, I think I'm on board a helicopter. I've no idea what they are planning. They came to my house, told me some fairy tales. Then they knocked me out. I'm being kidnapped, for Christ's sake. Do you read me? Hello? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Turn on the monitor.
Beg your pardon?
Delvin's gonna show us what San Francisco looks like. And that'll be the proof that Bent needs.
Do you see that, Svensson? Do you see that? It's not a fairy tale. It's the truth.
Do you see?
No.
Do you see?
Take a good look, Bent. What you are seeing is your future.
Take it all in, Bent.
No. Liars. Crooks. Curse you.
He still thinks there's some giant conspiracy against him? Oh, it's the time capsule.
Yeah, that's how I reacted too.
Proof enough
I
for
think
you?
it's time to tell the rest of the story.
Oh, may I? Don't get me wrong, but your version always sounds so dry. May I introduce myself? My name is Leif Olgerson.
Yes.
But my friends call me Augie.
We know you.
I'm a freelance journalist.
You met your fist earlier.
I was working on my report about the demonstration in front of the headquarters of the Energy Inspection Authority. I was sitting right there at the cutting desk when it happened. Who's there? What? Ah!
We are here. She really did it. Radio operator Faye sabotaged the Phoenix plan.
That sounds bad.
Oh, I feel sick.
Pull yourself together.
She's completely unconcerned.
What are all these people doing here?
Why don't you tell me? You are the specialist, after all.
He can barely hide his contempt for us.
Looks like they are here for the conference, too.
Bah, they won't get anywhere just standing around waving posters. That's why we jumped back to this time, because people were all talk and no action.
That's not fair, Salvador. They don't know what we know. They don't know that they only have a week left before the accident in the Indez power plant happens. And they don't know about the consequences. If I could just find a way to join the conference, then I could find a way to convince them to shut down the power plant.
Do you really believe they'll listen to you?
I don't know. I hope they will.
Then I'm hoping you can deal with the pressure. You know what's on the line.
Yep, we've got a lot to accomplish.
Oh dear.
And some titans of industry to convince.
I've never seen so many people in one place.
What was that? Esamina? I guess that means examine in another language? Look at that, we're learning new words as well.
I don't recognize any of this, but the can to the left looks interesting. Zulu Fire Spice Mix. Looks pretty dangerous.
Nice and hot. Must come from South Africa, with Zulu in the name. I wonder what kind of uses we'll find for it. Could be interesting.
I'd better be careful with this. I should have enough spices now.
You can never have enough spices.
A thick brown liquid drips from the machine into a kind of glass pot. Must be some synthetic nutrient that keeps people awake.
That's not all it's good for.
A suitable container would be good now.
Oh, I spotted one. Look, a coffee cup. There you go.
An antique cup, only new.
A new antique cup. I'm sure it'll serve our purposes just fine. Let's see if we can grab some coffee.
In with it. The brew is still hot. Very good.
Molten gold.
Filled to the brim with this hot brown liquid. This looks like our saccharide units.
Oh, must be sugar.
These are saccharide units. I'll just take a few units.
Oh yeah, lovely little cube of sugar.
You're my sugar! I'm not your sugar.
Just like home, only with windows.
It looks like a beautiful sunset.
I'd better not. As soon as I catch my breath, I'll start brooding.
Look at all those colors.
Used once, then discarded. Awful.
No, you just gotta wash them. Bit of soap and water, nothing to it. And then you use them again. Magic.
It glows lightly. No way, it's much too hot.
Now that is irresponsible. Who just leaves the cooker on?
Nah.
I guess it's already hot.
Looks comfortable. I could really use some sleep, but I must not endanger the mission any further. Oh, an old camera. One of those that can only take pictures and not videos.
It looks like a Polaroid. Ay, caramba!
Oops.
My eyes!
Wow, that was quick.
Blinding. Hope that was worth it.
Somehow I look really stupid in the photo.
Yeah, everyone says that. Rubber chicken!
At a glance, it looks almost real. Scary.
What is up with all these stuffed animals in this chopper? Let's cut him down.
Not good. Doesn't look like someone has watered it recently.
Needs a bit of a pick-me-up. Ah, it's a ship in a bottle.
I've never seen such a strange thing before. I'd better leave it where it is. I don't want to break something that took someone years to finish.
Oh, I don't know if it would have taken that long.
The door has eyes. Freaky.
I think you're freaky and I like you a lot.
Occupied.
Occupado? Who's in there? I gotta go.
Hello? Is someone there?
La 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 la. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Back to your dimensions, demons. I'm warning you. I'm the press.
I can say what I want, but he won't listen to me.
That must be Oggy. Real mature response. Ah, here's Salvador. What's he up to?
Salvador is remarkably calm despite the fact that we had to leave Delvin behind, but I think he just doesn't want me to know how he really feels.
Well, he originally wanted to leave us behind, but we
May
took
I have a word, please?
matters into our own hands.
What do you want?
I miss Delvin.
I can't stop thinking about Delvin. I didn't want things to happen like this.
Delvin did what had to be done. He knew the mission was more important than any single one of us. That's something you should keep in mind, too.
Yep, he's a hero.
What are we going to do now?
You brought us here, so you are going to find a way to the conference and convince them to shut down the power plant.
But I'm just one person.
There's a crowd of people out there.
Then you should try to make contact with them. Maybe they will prove useful.
Let's hop to it.
I better get back to work.
You do that, but keep me updated.
Okay.
Ah, Delvin. I really hope he does manage to get that second time capsule up and
Who
running.
needs 3 monitors at once?
And escape San Francisco in
I'd
2050.
better leave the monitors on before I get into trouble, even if it is a waste of electrical power.
Because being stuck there all alone for the rest of your life must
This
suck.
corner looks like a small shrine. How could they worship their media so much?
Because the media tells us the weather.
It doesn't fit. The tape is the wrong size. Wow, a primitive radio transmitter. People in the past really didn't have it easy.
Primitive. She's so condescending.
No, thanks. My radio transmitter is much better.
With such a superiority complex. Fine then. Let's have a showdown. That's what I thought.
Empty. Empty.
There better be something in one of these drawers.
Ah, scissors.
Nice.
I'll take them with me.
I've got so many cutting implements now. And the last one for luck.
Empty.
Ah.
Looks like stairs.
I guess that's our way out.
I don't see a doorknob.
Faye has such a childlike excitement over simple things.
It brought us a long way, but this is the final destination.
Alright, no more time hopping for us.
We don't have the energy for another time jump.
We're staying put. We have to use peasant means of transportation now.
The big glowing field says open.
Oh! Can guess what that does. Alright, boys and girls. We're gonna wrap up this episode here. It's been quite a thrilling ride. Bent Svensson was held hostage, and then he pulled a fast one on his captors and discovered the truth that Faye was trying to explain to him all along. So that's good, to finally have him on board. And then we arrived in the time capsule with Salvador and Faye at the conference, and we're tasked with getting out there and convincing the people to shut down that power plant that's set to explode in a week's time. No easy feat, I gather, but with Faye's intuition and quick thinking, should be no problem. See you in the next one.